Have you ever had someone tell you you're not a real fan of an artist because you happen to like a popular song of theirs? Have you ever seen a YouTuber blow up and then see a comment on their video that says, "I've been here since 2,000 subscribers"? Have you ever scrolled onto a TikTok where the person who made it is hooting and hollering about a video or some drama that everyone seems to know about except you, and they don't even try to provide context or clarity? Have you ever asked a friend their favorite artist and their reply was, "Oh, I can't tell you, I'm gatekeeping"? If the answer to any of the previous questions was yes, then this video is for you. The Urban Dictionary defines gatekeeping as making your interests exclusive in order to protect them from becoming mainstream. Another definition, clearly posted by someone who was feeling a little bolder, defines a gatekeeper as someone who is an a-hole enough to tell you that you don't have enough qualities to like what you like. Even though the second one may seem a little harsher, both definitions are correct. The most common example of gatekeeping that I see all the time is people gatekeeping media, not telling you about some music because they want it to stay underground, or even crazier, telling you you can't be a fan of an artist or genre if you like popular songs or just don't adhere to the rules they've made up in general. It's stupid. Everywhere. So if you're watching this and this is something that you do and you can't handle being told about yourself, go on and click off the video right now. Just click off. The door is there. If you're watching this and you do this, but you won't start tweaking when you hear an opinion different to yours or criticism of your character, stay a while. I'm gonna start by highlighting all the different areas of media and life where I have personally seen gatekeepers lurking like vampires, and then I'm gonna conclude why I believe gatekeeping is stupid and we should all stop it collectively. Just writing the script for this one made me mad. Raise your hand if this sounds relatable to you at all. I often find myself scrolling through TikTok and landing on a video that goes something like this. Y'all, I just seen that video of, what's her name? Bro, it is frying me. Like, I can't even believe she would do that. Like, she was feeling herself that day. And anyone trying to find the original video or at least understand what has everyone going absolutely bonkers usually gets no response. And this happens so often. Someone will launch right into a topic and seem very excited about whatever that topic is, and the average person just scrolling TikTok gets curious because of all that excitement. But the person in the video will not provide an ounce of context to give the person even a general idea about what they're talking about. Because why would they? You should have seen it. Like, whatever happened to, if you don't know what I'm talking about, what happened to that? And in the comments, when one dares to ask all these people who clearly know what's so exciting, they get told that Google is free. Why do that? And I know people aren't always doing this with malicious intent. A lot of people probably just assume that what they're talking about is so viral that everyone must have seen it. People are excited about things, so they tend to talk about them. That's just what people do. But comments like Google is free are just unnecessarily rude when you could just answer the dang question. That's always an option. Would it inconvenience you that much? Think about it. Would it really? You on TikTok, so you're clearly not doing anything productive anyway. I think that people get a kick out of knowing something or having seen something that other people haven't. The content doesn't even matter. The Alandria video is a perfect example. Every other TikTok I saw was someone beside themselves about the Alandria video.
And that goddamn booty.
And the video was like so unnecessarily hard to find. It's always, once it's on the internet, it's there forever until I'm trying to look for something. Everyone was reacting, no one was explaining. I finally see the video, and what's happening in it? Alandria throwing it back.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the?
Throwing wham in a circle. That's it. That's it. The way people were acting about this video, you would have thought she stripped naked and went and robbed the Bank of America or something. Like, she was just twerking. Y'all ain't never seen nobody twerk before? I know you have, you're on TikTok. It just wasn't worth the reaction that it was given. And this may be a reach, but I feel like it wasn't ever about her twerking at all. I think people were just excited to have information that other people didn't have. That's all it was. Just kicking your feet. I seen the Alandria video and you didn't. Like, I feel like that's what that was. And then who remembers the Club 7 thing? Where you searched up on TikTok what club you were in, and if you got any number other than 7, your whole life was pretty much over. It was funny at first, I'll admit that, but like, y'all got too deep into it.
Every day.
There's something so special about waking up and just being group 7, you know, because there's so many people in the world, but knowing that you're group 7, it means everything.
Sophia James!
You're not group 7, okay? Because the people who are actually in group 7, we did attendance. and we got the video. I'm noticing a lot of people from group 5 and 6 claiming they're group 7.
People would really be in Club 7 and acting like they were admitted into a secret society no one else knows about. Half of y'all was probably lying anyway. A lot of y'all probably got Club 5 and y'all just over here adding too. And before anybody comes in my comments talking about you just mad because you wasn't in Club 7, I was. So let's relax on that. It just got to a point where it was stupid. Like, y'all do realize this is fake, right? I feel like TikTok should be a wonderful place to ask questions, get insight on new things, find new music to listen to, new shows to watch. And it would be if people didn't act a complete fool on this app whenever asked a question. People on TikTok will deliberately choose not to ask your question when you ask them anything. In fact, they will go out of their way to not answer your question. The amount of times I've seen someone on TikTok ask for underground music suggestions, it's like people just can't control themselves. They cannot hold back the urge to get in the comments and type some mess like Taylor Swift, Michael Jackson, Beyonce. The first few comments will always make me chuckle, but then I'm like, okay, where are the actual answers? See, me, I give an answer every time. Kanye. I will spread his music across the world if I have to. But everyone else is so busy trolling that if I was the person who made this post, I'd be mad. And I've also seen TikToks where the question will be, how do you use those dance stickers? And the whole comment section is just people using the dance stickers. One person actually answered the question in one of the TikToks I've seen. What do you gain from not helping people? What does it do for you to know that you have information someone else wants or that would help them and just not give it to them? Just because. I genuinely do not understand the thought process of someone who's just like, hey, I noticed all your apps are color coded on your phone. That is so cool. Like, could you show me how to do that? Oh, like this? Yeah, like that. Could you show me how to do that with my phone? No. Oh, did you like forget how or? No, I know how. Oh, if you're busy, that's fine. My bad for bothering you. I'm not doing nothing. Is it like really hard to do? Should I just pull up a tutorial on YouTube or something? No, it's pretty easy. So you know how I can change the color of the apps on my phone. It's not hard to do. You're not busy, but you don't want to help me do it? Bingo. What benefit does being unhelpful bring to your life? Genuinely, is it fun? Is getting on people's nerves on your itinerary every day, or is it just like an occasional thing? One reason I used to love TikTok is it was one way that I used to find out about current events and pop culture and hear people's opinions on them. Now I get people's opinions, but not the events. I'm either supposed to just know everything or I'm not, and that's the joke. I'm genuinely curious, okay? No BS. What is the motivation behind gatekeeping a show or a movie that you like? What's the intent behind liking a show so much that no one else is allowed to like it besides you? I've seen people ask for TV show recommendations and someone's response was genuinely, I gotta gatekeep it. No, you don't. You really don't have to do that. What motive does keeping a movie to yourself have? It's not like the quality of the movie is going to get worse when other people besides you watch it. A lot of gatekeeping culture around movies and TV shows that I've seen is not so much withholding information though, as much as it is expecting people to have watched everything before. I cannot count the amount of times that someone has made a reference to me or just around me, and when I don't know what they're talking about, they're like, oh my god, you've never seen. I cannot count the amount of times that's happened unless I start using toes. This is where the term ball knowledge comes in. For anyone who doesn't know what that means, saying that someone has ball knowledge or that they know ball means that they're aware of usually a piece of media that you wouldn't expect them to be aware of. Typically when you're also aware of it and you enjoy it. An example is someone referencing a show you really like that isn't very well known and it gets you excited because you realize someone else shares your specific interests. With that being said, it makes no sense to ridicule or exclude people when they don't have ball knowledge. Let's normalize not saying, how have you never seen, when someone said that they haven't seen a movie or TV show, and instead just explain what it is that you're talking about. Just briefly explain what the movie or show is that you're talking about and suggest that they watch it. Just do that. The whole, oh my god, you don't watch anything reaction is so uncalled for. And I'm calling myself out too because I've done this before. It's not necessary. Not everybody has to have ball knowledge, and I wish I realized that a lot earlier. Not everyone is going to know everything. It's cool when people know ball, but if everyone knew ball, then that wouldn't make it exciting when someone does. Not everyone is going to know every ball because not everyone has the same interests. There's just too many balls to know. Ooh, this one's gonna be long. Okay. Like 2 or 3 years ago, someone asked me if I liked Tyler the Creator, and I was like, yeah. She then proceeded to ask me what my favorite song was, and I said, see you again. Bro, when I tell you her reaction was just so disappointed, aghast. irritated, like I said something insane. And it's because even though the song came out in 2017, it was really popular on TikTok around 2023, and I think that's when this happened. She was basically irritated because my favorite song was the most popular one. She's not the only one who felt like this. A lot of people did, and still do. Tyler the Creator fans would look at you crazy if your favorite song was See You Again. SZA fans would smite you down if your favorite song was Kill Bill or Snooze. Billie Eilish fans would lose it if your favorite song was Bad Guy, etc. And it doesn't even have to be your favorite. You could just like the song and it would be a problem. And it's not like I don't understand the reason behind it, because I do. This girl likely got excited when I said I like Tyler the Creator because she does. And so she felt like we had that in common and that she could talk about that with me. And when I said my favorite song was See You Again, she likely assumed that I had just heard the song because it was popular and that I didn't listen to Tyler for real, which is disappointing. And she'd be right, because it was totally true at the time. So like I said, I totally understand why people behave this way, but it often gets to a point where fans of an artist will genuinely tweak just because you like a song by the artist that's popular. And some people just hate any song that's popular, especially when it's been popularized by TikTok. After all, the girl never asked me if Tyler was my favorite artist, she just asked if I liked him. When you ask someone, do you like Tyler the Creator? It's implied that what you're really asking is, do you like his music? Not him as a person, because duh, we don't know that man. See You Again is a song, a form of music. It was created by Tyler the Creator, so it's Tyler's song. It's Tyler's music. Therefore, if I tell you that I like See You Again, I'm telling you that I like Tyler's music. It is that simple. I swear it is, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Liking someone's music doesn't mean I have to know their whole discography. It just doesn't. Now, at the time, See You Again was my favorite song by Tyler because I wasn't tapped into his music like that. Since then, I took the time to listen to Chromacopia, Don't Tap the Glass, and some of his older songs. So now that's no longer my favorite song because I've listened to others that I like a lot more. I still wouldn't even consider myself a Tyler fan because I've only listened to Chromacopia and Don't Tap the Glass in their entirety, and I only know a few of his songs before that. But I could be his biggest fan in the world and See You Again could still be my favorite song. Like, that is an option. A song being popular doesn't automatically make it a bad song. Some Tyler fans, and I don't mean the girl no more, we're cool, but there are some Tyler fans out there that act like you're not a real fan unless you listen to everything. And sorry, not sorry, I refuse to listen to any album before Flower Boy in its entirety. I'm not about to sit there and listen to him talk about doing the do with dinosaurs and whatnot. I find it crazy that there are people out there who think they're experts in what makes you a real fan of an artist. Why do you get to determine what a real fan is? Who are you? Like, who is he? I consider myself a fan of SZA. I have listened to Z, Control, SOS, and the Deluxe in their entirety, and a lot of my favorite songs are the ones that aren't so popular. But I still love the popular ones. I love Kill Bill, I love The Weeknd, Broken Clocks, Snooze, but I have not listened to S. Because it's not on Spotify. I listen to all my music on one app, bro. I am not going to SoundCloud. And that's okay. Liking an artist's music doesn't mean you have an obligation to listen to every half-done demo they've ever made. I remember seeing a post on IG saying happy birthday to Beyonce, and when I said, oh, I didn't know it was her birthday, someone said to me, how are you a Beyonce fan and you don't know her birthday? Because I barely know my friends' birthdays and I really don't know Beyonce from a can of paint. I also remember telling someone that I was a SZA fan and then they proceeded to ask me what her full name is, which of course I do know, Solana Imani Rowe, but I don't have to be a fan. Liking the music is enough, and liking the popular music is just fine. Not all popular songs are bad. Has it ever occurred to y'all that the song maybe got popular because it was good and people liked it? Did that ever cross your mind? Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Don't attack me. It doesn't make sense to determine whether someone's really a fan of an artist based on how much they know that the general population doesn't. It's giving, I'm a real fan because I've listened to songs most people haven't, so I can separate myself from them and I'm better. I am better. But you thought it was just popular songs that get all the hate? Think again. Apparently popular artists are not safe either. There are people in this world who act like you're not valid as a music listener if you don't listen to underground music. And yo, I do not need to listen to every artist named Flidsimdefer 9 to be valid. I just don't. I'm not searching for my new favorite artist on SoundCloud. Just get it out of your head. I'm not doing that. I remember getting pressured to listen to underground music so bad that it got to the point where I just started typing in random assortments of numbers and letters in my Spotify search bar to see if I could find something. And it worked. I swear, some underground rappers just be using their gamer tags as artist names and call it a day. There is nothing wrong with underground artists. If I happen to stumble upon one and I like them, then I'm going to listen to them. That's how I got into Wolfface Joey, Connie Diamond, and Kani's lesser known music. A lot of underground artists just be under small labels or they'll be independent and they have fire music, it's just hard for them to get it out there. Which is why it makes no sense to make sure that no one else knows who they are. You like this person's music, why don't you want it to reach more people and give them a bigger audience? Do you not want them to eat? You don't want them to pay their light bill? I remember around the time Doechii won her Grammy, I was seeing a lot of people saying that she should have stayed underground. Y'all are mad that she can pay her rent? Like, I'm confused. I don't see the motive behind doing this or what people are afraid of happening if an artist grows their audience. They'll get more recognition, more opportunities open up to them, they can put out more and higher quality music and get their vision out there for people to hear. I genuinely don't see a negative outcome to this. It comes off like you think you own the artist or something. Like, I found them and now all their music is mine. See how crazy that sounds? Like I said before, it all stems from the desire to have something or know something that other people don't, which, to be brutally honest, just seems selfish and stupid. Very dumb. Bonkers. Finally, I wanted to briefly mention people who act like you can't like an artist just because you found out about them off of TikTok. A lot of Yeet fans were moving like that. Does it really matter how you discover an artist if you enjoy listening to their music? Because I feel like it shouldn't. Let's just collectively stop trying to tell people what they can listen to and what determines how much they enjoy music. Stop telling people what they get to like. One of the biggest places that I see gatekeeping on YouTube is in the comments of music videos. I know a lot of y'all have probably watched a music video and then seen a comment that looked something like, if you didn't come from TikTok, you're allowed to like this comment.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
And I never come from TikTok, but those comments always fry me because so what if I did? Like, you think you're better than people who come to a music video from hearing a song on TikTok because why? Another example that I see a lot is when a creator blows up and hits one of their goals like 100,000 subs or 1,000,000 subs and suddenly everyone's in the comments talking about, I was here at 200 subs, I was here at 1,000. Some people probably mean well, but a lot of people say things like this to clearly separate themselves from the rest of the creator's audience and fan base. I was watching them before y'all, I got here before y'all. And so what? Who cares? Like, we get it, you've been a subscriber longer than I have, so what? I feel like a lot of gatekeeping behavior comes from self-esteem issues, because if you need to know something that everyone else doesn't, have access to something everyone else doesn't, if you really feel the need to separate yourself from the majority of an audience or group that you're a part of in order to feel good about yourself, you might need to do some morning affirmations or something. Like, that's not normal. So far, I've been talking about gatekeeping in media and social media, like movies and TV music, but don't be mistaken, people do this BS in real life too. I have a perfect example from my own life. On my college campus, there's a restaurant that's fairly new, like they added it sometime during my time here and I'm only a freshman. And when it opened, everyone started saying how mid the food was. And I mean like everybody. There was not one person who wasn't saying that the food was just overly mid. Everyone was saying it was disappointing, that it wasn't as good as they thought it was going to be. And I never went, but I'm like, taste is subjective. There's no way everybody feels the same way about this food. There has to be someone out there who actually liked it. And so I brought up the theory to my friends one day that everyone was just saying the food was mid because they didn't want a lot of people to go and they wanted to keep it to themselves. And while I was saying this, someone I know who had been was like, yeah, the food is actually good. I am just gatekeeping. Y'all really gonna tell people that some food from a restaurant isn't that good to keep people from going so that you can what? Have all the food to yourself? Your back has to be colossal to do some mess like that. If you just make a reservation, you're gonna have a table waiting for you. You don't gotta hog the whole restaurant. And to be fair, I have never had the food for myself, so it really could be mid to me, and maybe the person who said that it was actually good was just one of few who actually liked it. But the idea that people would do this is very possible and just so crazy, because some people really think they own access to things that are available to everyone. At the start of this video, I provided a definition of the word gatekeeping. Two, actually, but I saved this one for last. Dictionary.com defines gatekeeping as controlling access to something. And that's literally all it is. When you gatekeep information on TikTok, you're trying to control who gets access to that information. When you gatekeep a movie, you're trying to control who sees that movie. When you gatekeep a song or an artist, you're trying to control who gets to listen to that music. And who are you to do that? No, literally, who are you? Who are you? Like, who? We need to stop normalizing gatekeeping and start normalizing sharing information, sharing opportunities, sharing the things that we enjoy with other people so that they can enjoy them too. And so that the people who create them can have a chance to expand their audience. No one person is entitled to media literally made for everyone to enjoy. I was a bit harsh in this video, I know. Like I said earlier in the music section of this video, I do understand why people gatekeep sometimes, but this is something that has been on my mind for a good little minute, I'm not gonna lie. But enjoy your day, enjoy your life. If you like this video, make sure you actually like this video because it's free 99. And if you like me, consider subscribing and leaving a comment for the algorithm. But I enjoyed making this video. I hope y'all enjoyed watching it. This has been Cake and Cookies, signing out.
Lady, booty bounce like this, booty bounce like this.